Hey everyone! We look at maps all the time, right? But have you ever stopped to think about what really makes them useful? It's not just the dots and the lines on the screen, it's the story behind them, the stuff that gives every single location its real meaning. And today, we're going to dive deep into that hidden world of what we call non-spatial data and uncover those stories. Okay, so this really gets to the heart of it. You've got two kinds of data. On one hand, you have spatial data. Super simple, right? It just tells you where something is. But then you have non-spatial data, and that is where the magic happens. This is the stuff that answers the really important questions, like what am I looking at? Which one is it? And how much or how many are there? So let's think about that for a second. What happens when you have a map, but it's missing all that crucial non-spatial data? Well, it's not really just a picture, is it? It's more like a locked database, just waiting for the key. I mean, think about it. Imagine a map with just a bunch of dots on it. One dot might be a village, a line might be a road, but without any other info, that dot is just, well, a dot. And that line, is it a superhighway or a bumpy dirt track? You have no idea. It's pure location, but with zero context. And honestly, that's not very useful, is it? And that brings us to the hero of our story today, the descriptive data. This is the secret ingredient, the information that literally breathes life into a map. It's what turns all those abstract shapes and points into actual, useful, real-world knowledge. So what is non-spatial data officially? Well, you might also hear it called attribute data, and it's basically all the descriptive details about a place. It doesn't care about the coordinates or the exact shape of a feature. Instead, all this juicy information is usually kept nice and tidy in tables. Think of it like a big spreadsheet, just packed with facts waiting to be hooked up to the map. Okay, let's make this super concrete. Picture a map. On that map, a school is probably just a single dot. Boring, right? But now let's look at the attribute table connected to that dot. Suddenly, that one little point just blossoms with information. You've got the school's name, the principal's name, exactly how many students go there, the year it was built, whether it's public or private. See, that's the real story behind the dot. So you might be wondering, how does all this descriptive info actually get into the system and become useful? Well, it's not magic. It's a whole process, kind of like a journey that every single fact has to take before it can tell its story on the map. It all kicks off with collection. You know, people out in the field doing surveys or digging through census records to get the raw facts. Next up is organization. You can't just dump it all in. It has to be coded and structured so a computer can actually read it. Then, and this is so important, it has to be updated. The world changes, right? Populations grow, buildings change hands, and then the final crucial step, integration. This is where that data is officially connected or linked to its specific spot on the map. All right, this is where we get to the big aha moment. How do you actually get the map, the visual part, and that table full of data to talk to each other? There's got to be some kind of connection, right? A shared language they both understand? And this is where something called a Geographic Information System, or GIS, comes into play. In a GIS, every single feature on the map, doesn't matter if it's a school, a piece of land, a river, whatever, it gets its own unique ID, a special number. So for our school example, let's say it's just known as feature number 101. You can think of it like a social security number, but for a place on a map. And now, here's the other piece of the puzzle. Take a look at our data table. See that first column? It's labeled ID. And what's that first number you see? 101? That is the shared language. That simple number is the key that links this entire row of amazing, detailed information directly to that one specific shape on the map. So yeah, that's it. That simple shared ID number is the bridge. It's what lets the whole system connect the where from the map with the what from the data table. It's why when you click on that school on a digital map, the system can instantly pull up all that data. It's crossing that bridge. Okay, so now we get how it works. But let's talk about why this is such a game changer. This connection isn't just some neat tech trick. It is literally the foundation for almost all modern planning, analysis, and decision-making. This connection is what makes powerful spatial analysis possible. Think about it. An emergency response team could, in seconds, find all hospitals within a 10-mile radius of a disaster that have, say, more than 50 beds available. That kind of instant, searchable information helps people make smarter, faster, data-driven decisions when it matters most. But we gotta be realistic here. A system like this is only as good as the data you feed it. And in the real world, things get messy. You have missing records, simple typos when someone's entering the data, maybe even a mistake linking the wrong ID to the wrong place. Any of those little errors can seriously mess with the accuracy of the whole system. So here's what I want you to take away from this. The next time you pull up a map on your phone, I want you to ask yourself, what's the hidden story behind that dot? Remember, it's not just a picture, it's an interface, a doorway to a massive database of stories. Every single point, every line, every shape has this whole world of information just waiting for you, right underneath the surface.